Russia is piling more pressure on Ukraine. Moscow's big guns on military exercise, firing closer than ever to Ukraine's border. But it's also a verbal arms race, and the United States is fighting back with hotter and hotter denunciation.
This is a full-throated effort to actively sabotage the democratic process through gross external intimidation. For 7 days, Russia has refused to take a single concrete step in the right direction.
With pro-Russian activists still manning barricades in parts of Ukraine, Washington accuses Moscow of not honouring its week-old commitment to persuade them to stand down. But Russia insists it is the victim, not the aggressor.
The West wants, and this is how it all began, to seize control of Ukraine because of their own political ambitions and not for the interests of the Ukrainian people.
And Ukraine's interim Prime Minister is raising the temperature too.
Russia is already keen on starting a third world war. All responsibility for aggression on Ukrainian territory and for undermining international security rests with the Russian leadership.
It's not just in Ukraine that Russia's redrawing of the map has caused real nervousness. By annexing Crimea, Moscow made much of the neighbourhood nervous. It brought these countries together, former Soviet states. For the past 5 years, they've been so-called Eastern partners of the European Union. Well, today they urged Russia to pull its forces back. And that illustrates the great divide as they edge towards possibly joining the EU one day, and perhaps the NATO military alliance too. Russia feels it's being squeezed more and more in a Western plot.
America's chief diplomat John Kerry has accused Moscow.
And that's part of the story on Russian TV channels. But Western leaders are planning new measures against Moscow. President Obama, David Cameron and the leaders of France, Germany and Italy agreed in a telephone conference call they need to extend sanctions if Moscow doesn't back down. In Ukraine, it's being reported that several international monitors from the OSCE are missing, apparently being held by pro-Russia activists. James Robbins, BBC News.